everybody, so today's video is going to be my palette collection. In this video I'm going to be doing everything, so I'm not just limiting this to eyeshadow palettes alone. I'm doing any face palette, blush, translucent powder, whatever. If it's in a palette form, we're going to do it today. I'm not going to be cutting down. I have everything in a box right here. I'm not going to be cutting out meticulously every time I bend over to grab something, so just bear with me on that one. And my chair squeaks a lot, so we're going to ignore that too. So first things first, let's get into this. So I do have an affinity for Jeffree Star items. So the first palette we have is, oh, there's a glare, his 24 karat highlight palette. I really love this palette, and I think it's so pretty. It's not a lot of them work for my skin tone, but I just think they're so pretty, and I love doing other people's makeup, so I like to have things on hand that work with other people as well. So next I have the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette, which also is not focusing, but I really love the Thirsty palette. The Thirsty palette is probably one of my favorite Jeffree Star palettes. For the colors in it, I really like these blues and this like coral shade on top, which it really doesn't show up well. Like the camera does not do justice for this one. I really like that shade. Next, I have Nikita Dragun, her Dragon Beauty face palette. This one is another really gorgeous palette. I love the hearts. It's also one of my favorite makeup products ever. I love Nikita Dragun's makeup, and I really wish she'd make more. But this palette in general is probably my favorite makeup that I own at all, just because of just how well it works and how beautiful it is when it's applied. Here we have, which I could not let go of, the Morphe Jeffree Star palette. When this came out, I was really underwhelmed by it. I saw it and I was like, it's just gonna be another Morphe palette. It's not gonna be all that. It's all that. I love this palette. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. I really love it. It's just got everything that I like. And I love the shimmers. I like that the Million shade is, here, I'll swatch it for you right now. It's not a shimmer shade. It's literally a compact, it's just glitter. And I love that about it, because I absolutely adore glitters. I don't really like shimmer shades. I like just straight up glitter like that, so I appreciated that it was in a palette. Next is my Morphe collection. My Morphe collection, I went through a phase and spent around $500 on Morphe eyeshadow palettes, which I shouldn't admit to, but we have the 35M palette, which is a really pretty palette. It's more on the like green and purples and plums side. It's just a gorgeous palette. And this is actually one of my first palettes. It's just fucking gorgeous. Next, we have the 3502 palette, which honestly, ironically enough, I feel like everyone who's obsessed with makeup has the 350 or the 3502 palette. It's just such an iconic palette. I love the nudes in it, and I adore the reddish orangish shades. I just think the level and the tones of browns they use and the shades that they use are really nice, and they complement a lot of people. Then we have the 35H palette. The 35H palette's a really cool palette. Not my favorite out of all the ones I have, but I've made a lot of really cool looks just with this palette alone. And it was also one of my first ever palettes, and I think it was a really nice starting palette for me, because I really don't like the nude brownish tones. I do like the more out there eccentric looks, so it kind of helped me step out of my comfort zone and do that a little bit, Next is 35V. This is actually my least favorite Morphe palette that I own. I don't know, it's just something about it, if I can get it open. It's just not stuff that I wear. It's a lot of pink and purples, which right now they don't really go with my hair, but I really don't wear a lot of pink or purple ever. So it's just not a palette that I'm completely ecstatic about. I think I just bought it on a whim, which I do too much to admit. Next is the Shane Dawson Conspiracy palette, which is only because I love Shane Dawson so much. Like, I grew up watching Shane Dawson, and Shane Dawson, honestly, truly, like, real moment here, Shane Dawson is probably the reason I am the way I am today. Shane Dawson is such a big influence on my childhood, and I used to watch his videos every day when he uploaded every day, and it was such a nostalgic feeling watching the series. I love every color on here, and I love just the moments in the series and the moments that they remind you of, like, especially the food videos, because the food videos got me through so much. And I love everything about Shane Dawson. I feel like he's such an unproblematic person, and you guys have your own opinions on him, but it will never change my opinions on him. I absolutely fucking adore Shane Dawson. So, on to the next. Yeah, so we have Blood Sugar next. Like I said, I have a really big thing with Morphe and Jeffree Star. Blood Sugar is a really good palette. Red's my favorite color. Red and yellow are my absolute favorite colors. And I really, really like the color story here. And I was really shocked by the pink and the purple when it got released, but I really think that they fit well into the palette. And I don't use this palette as much as I should, but I really do enjoy it. I really do like this palette quite a bit. So it is up there with my favorites. Next is my favorite highlighter palette, which is probably going to reflect as well, is the Platinum Ice Jeffree Star palette, which is also struggling for me to open it. This packaging. It's really pretty shades, and it's really cool toned, but I do like this shade right here. I think it complements my skin really well, and I just really like it. So, yeah. Next is Alien. Probably my least favorite palette. I'm sorry, Jeffree, but you kind of flopped with this one. And it's not even for the colors. I searched so long for a green eyeshadow palette. It's not for the colors at all. It's how bulky this part is and how little actual material there is right there to hold it on. It just kind of wobbles and it doesn't feel secure at all. And it's really awkward to hold and travel with. But other than that, like, the color story really, really, really drew my attention to it. It's the only reason I bought it. I really like the black here. It's one of my favorite black eyeshadows to use. I just really don't like the component it comes with. It's really good from a creative aspect. I just don't like it for practicality, I guess. Next is Blue Blood, which I really like the packaging on. This is my favorite Jeffree Star packaging. I don't really use blues or cool tone. I have warm undertones, so I don't really use blue and stuff as much. I just really thought that was a really pretty palette, and I have some friends who this would look really cute on, so I bought it to do other people's makeup more than my own. I don't really like Too Faced makeup. My stepmom got this for me for Christmas. I really love it only because it's a little gingerbread, and I think it was so sweet. It's such a cute palette. Like, just the concept of this is so gorgeous. It smells like gingerbread, and I really think if Too Faced was a less problematic company, I would appreciate their makeup. I do like their makeup. I really do. I just don't agree with their company's decisions. But I really do. I do like the color story here. And I like that there's some face makeup along the edges. And I love that it smells like gingerbread. I will open this palette just to sniff it all day long. And you guys can judge me if you want, but that's just how I'm going to live my life. Next is, I like this palette a lot only because of the circumstance. So this is the Northern Lights palette. Another palette, and just the Alien collection came out. It was just a lot of stuff that was just uncomfortable. This packaging is really bulky and weird, but I do like it. The reason I like this palette so much is my boyfriend's family lives in Anchorage, Alaska, and there's a shade on here called Anchorage, and I think that's really funny. But yeah, other than that, I really don't use this palette. I really just got it for that coincidence. But it is a cute palette. It does have some good shades. Next is my, okay, so I lied earlier when I said platinum was my favorite because Brain Freeze, Brain Freeze slapped. He fucking killed this one because, let me tell you, this fucking shade right here, this multicolored one, that's the shit. I feel like this works on any skin tone. It is my favorite. It is everything, and he killed it. Thank you, Jeffrey. Moving on. Next is Mini Controversy, which I love. Oh, my whole ring light. I love the little rainbow moment you get there. And it's such a cute little thing. I like that it's a cute color story. It's such a cute little mini palette. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about that one. It's just so cute. Next is my Revolution, Makeup Revolution phase. So here is the Unconditional Love palette. I think Revolution's packaging slays. It just slays is a word I haven't used in a while. I just think this one kills. Their eyeshadow isn't the best, but the packaging, you guys. This one I was forced to get by my best friend Danny, who's yet to be in a video, and we always joke about that, because of this shade right here. Pink is this woman's favorite color in the entire goddamn universe, and she bullied me into buying this whole palette because of that shade, because it's such a vibrant pink. And I might just end up giving this palette to her because I don't use it. Next is absolutely my first palette I ever bought. It is the Makeup Revolution Rose Gold Chocolate Palette, which copied Too Faced, but they did it better than Too Faced, and I will swear on that because Revolution really killed this one. I used to use this palette every single day for the same look. It was this like nude, rosy, it was like a dusty rose type look. I really loved it. I fell in love with it, and that's really what got me into makeup, aside from, my friends teaching me a few things, and I kind of just took it from there. But that palette really, it was my learner's palette, it was really nice. It was chill. Next is this Mini Breaker, the Mini Jawbreaker palette. This is a really cute color story. I don't really use it because, like I said, I don't really use purples and pinks that much. But it is just such a cute little, it's just a cute little palette, and I like it. So I bought it just because. I kind of spend my money unnecessarily when it comes to makeup, but a lot of us do, so you can't judge me for that one. And last but not least is the Jawbreaker palette. I have every palette in the Jeffree Star collection except for the Royal Blood, right? It's Royal Blood one. Like I said, I don't really use purple, but of course your girl bought it on impulse the day it came out, and then it was stolen off my porch. So, I'm gonna buy it again because I have no self-control. But yeah, one day we'll complete my collection again. I was so happy when I finally finished my whole collection of Jeffree Star palettes, and then he released a new one. So yeah, last color story for you guys. And that's pretty much it. That is my last palette to go through. I have absolutely too much makeup, but you can never have enough, right? So I'm going to buy more. Absolutely, that is going to happen. Just not right now while we're in quarantine. That's a lie. I might just go buy more stuff online. But yeah, there is my palette collection. One day I will do a whole makeup collection, but that's going to take a lot of editing and a lot of time and a lot of energy that I don't have. But for now, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking through my obnoxious, crazy personality. Thank you for staying and watching my quarantine series. And, just thank you for being you, and thank you for being here and supporting my channel. So stay safe, don't touch your mouth or face. Social distance, stay inside, because you don't know if you are a carrier or you can contract it. Stay healthy, stay happy, and I'll see you tomorrow.